Well, hey everybody. Today is Sunday, March the ninth. Come this way a little bit. So I told y'all I was going to have some guests. And my first guest is Andreana Tinker. She is the daughter of my husband that passed away, Alan Tinker. And so I wanted to talk to her about how she has been dealing with his death, and from her point of view, because as a child, she can talk about it from that point of view. I can't because I've not lost a parent yet. But anyway, so how are you doing?
I'm good. I've been busy this weekend.
That's good. Me too. I forgot to eat today.
No, that's why I called you. And that's you wanted some food.
Okay.
Just got back home.
Thank you. All right. So can you tell us, I guess start from the beginning, how it felt to hear those words?
So when I found out my dad passed away 2 years ago, I was with my biological mom and my sister in Leeds at a doctor's office that we go to. My sister had to get a shot for something, and then we were walking out to the car in the parking lot, and we noticed that our biological mom was acting like she was worried, and me and my sister looked at each other and was like, "What's going on?" So we got in the car, and it was scaring and worrying us. We were like, "Mom, what's going on?" And she put her phone down and put her hand on her forehead, about to cry. She said, "Girls." And we were like, "Yeah." She said, "Your daddy passed away." And right then and there, I was in shock. Sis was in shock. It didn't feel real at all. It just felt like I was in a dream.
Nightmare,
and I couldn't wake up. But so our biological mom dropped us off here at the house. Everybody was here. My grandmother, my brother, my aunt, my uncle. And then I walked in and I looked at my mom. I call her my mom because she's more of a mom than my biological mom. I love you too. And so I looked at her. I said, "You're kidding. You're joking. You can't be real." And I know I didn't want to believe it at first, but then I had to get out of that denial stage.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to wake up.
You actually said you're lying.
Yeah, I said you're lying. Because the night before, my dad called me before the night before it happened, and he was perfectly fine. And then I live with regret because my dad texted me after we got off the phone. He knows when something's up with me. He was like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm just tired." And I live with that regret every day, lying to him.
Well, you just didn't want to stress him out.
Mm-mm.
Because he was far away and you knew you had to fly, so you just didn't want to add anything to the stress.
No.
So, after the initial shock, what did you go through next? What part of grief, and how long did it take you to go to the next stage?
The part of grief that I went through was trying to be there for my mom, because I know that she needed somebody. I was staying strong for her, because if you know my dad and you've met him and you're friends with him, I'm literally the spitting image of him, but as the female version.
Yeah.
And I know that you see Dad in me every day. And as soon as that happened, I just felt bad because you just lost your husband and that reminds you of him and I look like him. And I was like, and I felt bad because she has to look at me and think of her husband that just passed away not that long ago, like 2 days ago. And I'm just like, and I had people beside me, but it wasn't the people that I needed. Like, I was pushing my family away. I was pushing my mom away. I was pushing my sister away. I was pushing my brother away. It was before me and my boyfriend got together, but I still push him away till this day with Dad's death. Because he doesn't know how that feels, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But he's trying to be there for me either way. So is my friend. My best friend at the time, her stepdad passed away too, before my dad did, the day of Christmas. And she was there and she knew what was going on and how I felt.
It happens a few years before that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I just didn't, and it brought back memories to her, for her, because my dad was basically like her dad.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it was just bringing memories back up for her and her stepdad. And I told her, I said, I know it's bringing back memories, so I won't rely on you as much as I need to. So I was just pushing everybody away from me.
You were, but I think that's just normal for some people. I think I did that too.
Yeah.
Later on, I was more concerned with you guys, the kids, than I was with myself. So, fast forward to when you started going to counseling.
Mm-hmm.
How did that work? Did that help?
It helped a little. I've always been the one to shut my feelings down.
Yep.
I've always been like that. I was living in a toxic household before I moved in here. I've always had to bottle my emotions up and everything, and it felt weird opening up. And I know I needed to. I still do need to till this day, but I'm still working on that.
You still have a counselor.
I still have a counselor and a therapist.
So we're thankful for that.
Yeah.
So when did you go from denial to anger?
I guess him leaving me here without having anybody to guide me through stuff that I needed to be out there.
Mm-hmm. I try, but I'm not a man.
Like, yeah, Uncle Marlon
yeah,
does, but it's just not the same as Dad.
No, and it won't be the same, sweetheart. That's just the way it is. No matter how hard other people try to fill those shoes, they can't fill them.
Yeah.
Because, that's your daddy. And that's just one of the hardest things in the world for you to have to deal with. So, do you think you're still in the anger stage, or do you think you have come out of that yet?
I've come out of it a little, but I still think I'm somewhat in the anger stage. Like last Friday,
Mm-hmm.
I was in the anger stage with stuff that happened.
Well, tell them what happened.
So, my car was my dad's car. It's a 2016 Chevy Cruze.
With a lot of miles.
With a lot of miles. It's an RS. It's a sports model. And I got home from school because I'm a senior at St. Clair County. And I leave at 11:15 every day for work. Like, I get out early. And I haven't gotten any new tires.
We just can't afford it right now. That's just
ever since I got my car. And I got home and I open up my door and all I hear is air coming out of my front driver's side tire. And let's just say I wore that thing where the wires were coming out of it.
Yeah. She called me.
And I called her and I was upset.
Well, she was so mad at her daddy.
I was mad at my dad because this car is slowly going.
It is.
It has a lot of miles. Everything is it just needs to stop.
We just need to retire it.
Yes. But I called her and I was like, well, Mom, I feel like tired. I opened up the door and I heard the air coming out. She said, air it up. I said, I can't because I heard air coming out of it and I saw the wires. So I started crying because when I get mad, I cry.
Now you're like me in that respect because I do the same thing.
And so did Dad.
Yeah.
So I started crying because it was making me mad and I said not some nice words. I didn't. So I was like, I don't know what to do. I got work. So.
All right. We had a little technical difficulty. So go ahead and continue what you were saying.
What was that?
We're talking about the car.
Yeah. So I had a flat tire, and I was on the phone with her. So I texted my boyfriend that I had a flat tire. He said, "It's completely flat." I said, "Yeah." I heard the air coming out of it. So he was like, "Send me the wheel size of your tire." I like the tire size of my wheel. And so I did. He's like, "Okay, I'm leaving work to come up there and get your tire off and go get you another tire."
So you had somebody take care of it for you.
So I had somebody, yeah.
So you didn't need to be mad at your daddy, right?
No. But I was, because he took my spare tire out of my car.
Yes, we don't know where the spare tire went. We used to have a spare tire for that car, but I think he gave it away to somebody. He was like that. If somebody needed something, he would give it away. So anyway, so what would you recommend for somebody your age who was going through this? Losing their parent.
I would recommend, okay, so I was 16 when my dad passed away, and I'm now 19, so it was 2 years ago. What I would recommend as someone who lost their parent at a young age is to not shut your family, your friends, or your loved ones out. Because trust me, you will need them to be there for you in your worst days and dark days, like I needed people.
Yeah.
But me, I was stubborn, and I pushed people out and shut them down. I would talk to them about, talk to your loved ones, your family, your friends, even if you have siblings, talk to them. Because trust me, they will be there and they will listen. And even if you're still in school, you can reach out to your counselor, like I did. I reached out to my counselor, and she got me a therapist through my school. And if you have nobody, you can find people like research therapists or grief counseling around me.
I did that a lot. I looked for grief counseling.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
My therapist recommended me to get a journal and start journaling your days. If you're having a rough day, if you're having a good day, journaling will help you with grief or anything like that.
Yeah, I do that too.
Or you can find hobbies that you like and do that. I do that. I love to read. I love to drive around at night. I love to take late night drives.
She loves to watch TikTok.
I love to watch TikTok. I like watching Netflix. But mostly, I take time to myself. If I know I'm having a rough day, I go up to my room and I just get in my bed, get my Bible, get my book, or get my journal, and I read my Bible or my book, or I journal.
So I think that's some good advice for folks. But I just wanted to get her perspective because it's been hard. And I can tell you about it from my perspective, but I can't, like I said, I can't speak to the other, like losing a parent or anything like that. So anyway, she said she would do this for me. She actually volunteered to do it. And I really do appreciate her for doing that. I love you, sweetheart.
Love you too, Mama.
And y'all just remember us. It's a long, it's a road. It's a daily thing. And we still are, we're good. We're good, though. We're getting a lot better. I think I'm farther along than she is.
Yeah.
But it's going to be okay. But I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday evening. And I'm going to hop off here now and try to fix this video because we had some technical difficulties. So I'll have it on Facebook after a while. So have a great night. Bye.